Hello everyone, I am Ying from Northeastern University. Today I can show you my final project in Programming Foundation class by Professor Walter Schebe. I created this game GoodFriends because I feel grateful and happy for a friendship. My idea here is to show what a good friend is by a gameway. So here we go. Let's start. Here is the instructions. This is you, this is your friend, you are totally different, and you both can jump, can move left or right by different keys. Let's move on to chapter 1. In each chapter, there will be a sentence displayed. It's kind of like instruction for each chapter. So in this one, you overcome the obstacles to meet the friend here, even if it's not easy. So we can pick the gem. Actually, you cannot jump from this one to this one because it's, you see, too high. And so we pick the gem. Here comes a bridge. That's great. In chapter 2, you help the friend realize a dream. So you can imagine, in this chapter, you should move the friend. The winner should be the friend. So let's jump. Oops. Oops, it's too high, right? So as a good friend, you need to do something. Let's do something here. Yeah, here we come here. Cool. In chapter 3, you bring happiness to your friend. In real life, sometimes your friend is sad. So let's do something. Let's bring happiness to a friend. Oops, it's too high. We're gonna pick this smile face. It's not that easy, so let's try it. Let's try it at some point. We pick the smile face, we got it. And then we jump here. Wow. Congratulations, you are a qualified good friend. Let's move on to the codes here. I have several classes here, and the most complicated ones are friend and you. They were really my headaches. So I'm talking about the easy ones first. In the bottom class, it's just displaying different chapters, and I divided into several parts like start page, introduction page, chapter 1, 2, and 3. In the gem class, it's displaying gems in different positions. The happy class is displaying a smile face in chapter 3. But one thing that is different is the move method. If you pick the smile face will move with you. The obstacle class is just simply displaying the obstacle, but it will move up and down in chapter 3. The sad class is simply displaying it. Let's talk about the hardest one. I really enjoyed it during this course because I learned some new ideas. The first thing that I want to share here is to solve problems in a computer science thinking way. The second thing I want to mention is that if you want to build a complicated project as this one, you'd better build it from simple case. For instance here, In the beginning, I didn't realize that I had to check the relations between friend, obstacle, and you. But as it moved on, I found that these three objects really rely on each other. So in my different methods here, I check the relations between you and obstacle and friend. The idea here is that you cannot move past the obstacle and friend because you cannot go through its objects. So it checks if it's exactly at the edge of these objects. So the speed equals 0. You cannot move on. And I have several booleans to check the relationships here. I paid a lot of attention to this jump method. Actually, at the beginning, I didn't have this boolean called jump act, but I found that if you press the up arrow key twice, you will just jump too high. So at this one, it means that you cannot jump twice the height if you press this up arrow key twice. So it just restricted this jumping height. And here I have down, I have fall, is to check when you can fall down by gravity. Here in Friends class, since it's similar to U class, I'm not talking about it in details. But one thing I want to mention is that I added a boolean called help. If you remember in chapter 2, you need to check how you can help the friend. The relations between you and friend and obstacle is different here. But other methods are similar. In the main loop, I use the tip to bring objects together and encapsulate them into different modules. It really helps me a lot because right now my code here is very simple and clear to see. In my setup here, I use the tip here called setup wrap. So I wrapped all setup things here. In chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So in this module, it's very simple. In this jaw loop here, I also divide it into 3 chapters. So if state equals 1 means if we are in chapter 1, we draw 1. If we are in state 2, we draw chapter 2. In 3, we draw chapter 3. And the smaller box, smaller modules are below the main loop. So in draw 1, I have different functions like move 1, pick 1, fall 1, and it's simple here. So each number represents different chapters, so it's easy for others to see my code. It's very clear. Yeah. And in the downside here, I just got game over. I didn't play game over earlier, but if you fall down and if you fall on the thrones downside, it will game over. And if game over, I just set all objects to the previous state. And I have a function called will win. It's to checking how you can win the game. So if you win the game, there will be an image displayed. In mouse pressed is controlling the state of different chapters from introduction, chapter 1, and we will move on if you pass different chapters. I really learned a lot from this project. And finally, I want to say thank you to my professor, Velda Shebby, and my TA Agus and Jake. Also, thanks for listening.